Hi, I'm Margaret and welcome to my artsy corner of the internet. And today I'm going to be telling you what dance style you should learn based off of your aesthetic. So I was watching a video the other day on YouTube where somebody was recommending books based off of your aesthetic. I felt like that was actually a really great way to recommend books because sometimes when you're looking for recommendations, somebody's like, well, this book is about a weekend getaway to the beach. And you're like, okay, but if that's a dark academia book versus a cottagecore book, it's going to be very different. So I thought I would do the same with dance genres. That way you can really take your aesthetic game to the next level. Just saying. Okay, so I thought I would start off with the most known core of them all, cottagecore. So I would recommend, if you are a cottagecore queen, to take lyrical dance. I feel like lyrical has all of the soft, pretty, flowy, flowery dress feelings, frolicking through a field that ballet has, but without any of the structure and rigor and darker parts of the ballet world. Lyrical is a lot more free-flowing and just like chill. And I think cottagecore people would really enjoy lyrical. I also picked a second style for cottagecore because I felt like it was kind of necessary, but I would recommend learning some folk dances, probably from Europe, just because I think European folk dances have the more traditionally cottagecore kind of vibe, but honestly folk dances from anywhere. Folk dances are honestly very easy to learn. They're more fun when you do them in a group, so maybe if you've got like a band of cottagecore friends, you can all learn like a circle dance and do it together. They're pretty easy to learn because a lot of them are just steps or walking, and so I think it would be fun. I also just really like folk dancing, so put on pretty dresses and folk dance together, or do lyrical in a field of flowers, and I'm done. So the second aesthetic I'm going to talk about today is the art hoe. I love this aesthetic, but I hate the name. Like, I don't know, can it be like, can we come up with a better name for it? Anyway, this aesthetic is basically the girl who's always wearing that one shirt with like the Vincent van Gogh paintings on it. She probably has that pack of socks from Amazon with all the paintings on it. Definitely carries around a canvas tote bag and writes poetry on the corners of her paper. For the art hoes out there, I just don't like that name. Okay, I'm gonna change it. For my artsy gals out there, I would recommend a contemporary class. But I'm going to take it a little bit further and go a Gaga class. So Gaga is a technique, I believe it was developed in Israel. If that's wrong, that's going to be embarrassing. But it's very weird. But it's also accessible to people who don't have any dance training. I've only taken a few Gaga classes in my life, but I feel like a Gaga class would be great for those artsy people out there who like weird contemporary art. Like the kind of people who look at abstract paintings and are like, ah yes, intriguing, it's a blank canvas. I feel like you guys would really like Gaga. The next aesthetic is the Instagram baddie. An aesthetic that I will never be a part of because I'm just not that cool. For them, I would recommend taking a heels class. Pretty standard. Heels classes are basically choreography, but you do it in heels. And we're not talking like the LaDuca heels that the people on Broadway wear. No, we're talking stilettos, we're talking platforms, we're talking at least 6 inches. If you're wondering what a heels dance looks like, I mean, it's like backup dancers for Beyonce. Like you're feeling yourself, you're looking good. Post it on your Instagram. That's what I imagine an Insta baddie doing. Next, we're gonna talk about the dark academia. The slightly creepy, the I joined a cult at Harvard aesthetic. For this one, this might be shocking to some people, but I'm gonna recommend just straight up classical ballet. I think ballet kind of gives the air of like prestigious, borderline pretentious, which I think kind of lines up with the whole academia. Like I'm slightly better than you because I attend an Ivy League. I think ballet also has a lot of the rules and the rigor that you think of when you think of like academia. And also classical ballet is often categorized, as a textbook kind of academic form of dance. The reason why I put this into a dark academia kind of category is because there are some kind of dark spots of ballet. Even though we often look at it as being like pink tutus and pretty and beautiful, it is, but especially when you get into some of these like big prestigious ballet schools, it can be very competitive. It can get very dark very quickly. And this is not me hating on ballet. Cool. I really love ballet, but I do have critiques of the ballet world and the genre as a whole. All that being said, I don't dislike ballet. I love ballet. I just think it fits in best with dark academia. Next, we're gonna do a 70s aesthetic. Kind of the hippie, but more of that bell-bottom, maroon, golden, blue color schemes. It was really popular around like 2017-ish, I think. Maybe a little bit later. Time has no meaning to me anymore. For these 70s kids, I would recommend learning locking. So locking is kind of like a subcategory of hip hop, and it was very popular during the 70s. I'm terrible at locking, but it's really fun. So I would recommend learning locking. It's not like a super popular hip hop style. I mean, it's very popular, but not a lot of people know about it. So if you're into that time period, since locking was popular in the 70s, I think you should give it a shot. Moving 10 years later in the timeline of the earth, this is for my 80s and 90s kind of kids. I would recommend that you guys try to learn some breaking. Breaking started in the 70s, but it definitely gained popularity around the country in the 80s and 90s. And I think breaking is very fun. You don't have to do any of the crazy stuff like head spins and whatever, but there are a lot of top rocks, which are standing kind of grooves that breakers will do before they go down and do all their crazy flippy stuff on the ground. The final aesthetic I'm gonna do today are all of you gamer girls or gamer guys out there. This aesthetic is basically people who play video games, and yeah, that's essentially it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. If you are a gamer, I would recommend that you learn popping. Popping is another kind of subcategory of hip hop, and it is categorized by the popping of body parts. Not like popping, like don't crack your knuckles. You're essentially like contracting and releasing your muscles very quickly. Again, I'm not good at it, but I'm trying. It's very fun. I would totally recommend looking up some professional poppers and giving it a shot. Another move inside of the kind of popping sphere are dime stops. Basically, dime stopping is what the robot is supposed to look like. Have you ever done the robot? Okay, well now go watch somebody who's like trained in popping do the robot and you'll be like. So if you're interested in video games, I don't know, maybe it's just because like video games are on technology and I think of robots when I think of technology, but I think you guys should learn dime stopping and popping. That way, I don't know, are there any like video games where people see your face? Then you can just like start like in your computer screen and people will be like, whoa, like that dude's a literal computer. I don't know how video games work. Can you tell I don't play? Anyway, this was just a fun little video. If you have any other aesthetics you want me to do, leave them in the comments below. If I get enough, I'll make another video. And yeah, I hope this was kind of fun. It was fun for me. I had no idea that there were so many different aesthetics out there. But yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye.